Mitch McGary. And with Serge Ibaka being traded to the Orlando Magic, Mitch McGary might be seeing more playing time. He might actually, Vince, be in the rotation for the Thunder this year.
Well, I've heard a lot of people talk about it. He's lost some weight. He looks good. He's running the floor extremely well. He's a great passer, so he's a great hub, and he can play. They can play through him where he can make plays, and I think he understands this is a great opportunity for him.
He's a grab-and-go guy. I love it when he gets the defensive rebound and just comes up the other way with the dribble himself, and we are underway.
Reminds me of Al Horford. Al Horford is great at that, and what that does, it puts a lot of pressure on the opposing team's point guard because they're usually the first guy, but be athletic, and everything else will fall into place as you gain confidence.
Nice take, right?
Those type of players.
A miss for Daniel Hamilton of OKC, and here is Bryce Johnson from the baseline, and that's where
down. Dakari was able to ride him up the lane, out of the way where he wanted to be, that comfort spot, so to speak, and I think the miscommunication of action like this.
Cameron Payne hits a jumper for OKC. They're down 2. There's David Michino, Clipper rookie, off to Andrew Andrews, and he was a bright spot for the Clippers yesterday, and he picked up where he left off.
He can score.
Off the jumper from Cameron Payne. The Clippers already have a different look about them than they did yesterday.
That was a better job by Diamond posting up. He sat down, and it's harder to get for the defender to get around you when you sit down like that in the post.
And Bryce Johnson collects the loose change and just drops it right in the bucket. Now, that was good defense by
Dakari, that is. So for Diamond, he's just going to have to learn how to use his body in the post because he's definitely going to see a lot of strong. There again, another thing, just body control, which, like I said, there again, young guys going to have to learn is that in this league, guys are strong. Even the guards are going to push you around, so it's all about already. And when you add an all-star like that who brings so much to the table for their offense as well as their defense, it's amazing because they're a young team that runs the floor. And like we talked about earlier, when he gets the rebound,
Durant,
I think it's possible. I honestly, my gut feeling just says, why not leave what's been working? Why leave what's been working for them? They were great. They were just one-offs. They've played big-time basketball. They've gone deep enough to where these guys have the experience to feel. I mean, he's a Carolina guy.
Talk
Speaks
about
for
the
himself.
heel,
Talk about athletic. That's what he needs to be, an athlete.
6 of his points were in the fourth quarter yesterday. He already has 6 points here in the first quarter. With NBA experience, and Vince, he's just trying to keep the NBA dream alive, trying to catch somebody's eye and get invited to vet camp and maybe make a team.
That's what I said to him. I said, hey, trying to pull a few years out. He said, hey, I definitely want to ball moving because now that your players feel like they can do it themselves, and when things are going bad, you want to get more body movement, make plays for each other, and they're doing that today. In Orlando,
and was this clean, Vince?
He was way up there. I think they're not used to seeing guys way up there.
Thanks.
Yeah, just seeing the ball go in really helps your mood, helps your body language.
Wow. Dakari Johnson. What's the whistle here?
Offensive foul.
Uh-oh. Dakari Johnson is laughing, coming back up. He thought that was good.
It's tough. It's like for Shaq, Dwight Howard, those type of guys with big bodies like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He shoved Bryce out of the way.
Little guy, man. That's what happens. Bryce, not big enough yet.
I think the officials got that one right.
Yeah.
Oh, nice knockaway there by Zubcic, and he gets it back, and he rocks the rim.
OKC's picking up their pressure, full court, very aggressive. In the passing lane, this on-ball defense, getting the dribbler out.
By Andrew Andrews.
There again, they're just stepped up their defensive intensity.
Oh, that's nice.
Very nice.
Mitch
He's shooting
McGary.
that with confidence. He's getting to his spot and knocking it down. You can tell he's performing.
He had one of those days Mama told you about yesterday.
Yeah, it's just one of those days where it's your first day at school.
And to go. Now it's down to 5. They hit ahead to McGary, and it's stamped by 6 for the Clippers. Leading scorer for the Oklahoma City Thunder is Mitch McGary with 5. So stay with us. Orlando Summer League coverage continues on NBA TV.
The way they play and how they do things. So you just have to get comfortable with the NBA game. And I would definitely say, young fella, while you can.
But he missed that layup. Mitch McGary flying through Steamsmas there with the.
Go do it regardless. I mean, he'll give his body up for the good of the team.
Yikes. That looked clean.
I didn't see it. Dominate with their experience, they're considered the veterans of this summer league. So I expect them to lead and dominate to pull off a victory, because that's what they're supposed to do. You're playing against young guys who are still trying to find their way. So you want to take advantage of that. And of course, they're trying to make guys out here on the perimeter or in the post as well.
You just saw an ISO shot of Reggie Williams of the Oklahoma City Thunder. There's a bucket for the Thunder. Overall in this past draft to Denver, then traded to OKC. Brother of Jordan Hamilton, NBA veteran. Here's Hunter.
Good guy, but man, he knows how to put the ball in the basket. And I was very impressed with his game yesterday.
Yeah, he's a 4 and a 3's body.
Absolutely. But he knows how to use it.
Yep. Hamilton cut off nicely by Michino. Shot clock an issue. Cameron Payne shoots with 3 and banks it in.
Hey, sometimes it pays to be lucky. Yeah, I mean, Plumlee played, and that was what, at 3 o'clock? So, yeah, after 4:30, that's about it.
That's right. We have Austin Rivers.
Oh, yeah.
Right
Forgot about that guy.
Just a few seats away from us.
He had a great year, so he's allowed.
So we
no way. My year in Phoenix playing with Grant, it was great because there he is. Speaking
Bryce
of Carolina,
Johnson.
Bryce Johnson. Playing with Grant, it was great talking. Even from Grant Hill. Believe it.
Here's Dakari Johnson. Diamond Stone did a good job of knocking that one away.
He wants it back.
Dakari going to work, and Washburn came over. So you can take your pick on the foul from the Clippers, but that's an and one for Dakari Johnson. Get him to the line.
One thing.
Same degree, but he can get up too.
I don't know. He gets up there for it. That was easy. Just throw it through.
Flying through the air with the greatest of ease. Nice pass from Michino as it comes to the Clippers. Vince, I want you to look at Cameron Payne's release. That was a foul on Bryce Johnson with a moving screen. And
Cameron sold it.
See the frustration from him. But I want you to watch Cameron Payne's release, because it looks like he's flicking it. And it doesn't look like a real smooth delivery right now. And I'm not sure. Look at that release. Cam Payne looking for that first assist, and he got it to Dakari Johnson.
Great body control. I mean, that's stuff you tend to learn and you develop.
Nearly as booming as Joel Myers. So you know Joel Myers has been filling
everybody
Amway Center with one of the best voices in sports broadcasting history. Love me some Joel Myers, and that's
Great
Diamond
finish.
Stone with a bank shot.
Great finish.
And he lost the handle. O'Neal. The reverse layup will go.
Great finish. Left.
And a timeout called by he's sitting right beside Brendan O'Connor, the Summer League head coach for the Clippers. Michino ran into a wall. Fed Bryce Johnson, who scores. Head and a hoop historian to hang out with you and Roy Williams. That was a treat. I will not forget that.
I mean, he's great to talk to, and like you said, off air, he has stories just hearing him and the experience with Coach Smith.
Bryce Johnson all alone, and Dakari Johnson just watched him
to recruit me against Coach Smith. But it was tough to really say no to Bryce with a nice-looking jump shot. But it was tough to say no to Carolina. And
we almost had Vince Carter.
And it was a tough decision. Bryce, very athletic.
I was more impressed with that jump shot that you Austin Rivers School.
Yeah, there you go.
Grant Hill School, Coach K.
Yeah, the Plumlees, I think. Yeah.
Yep. Bryce Johnson is rolling here in his second professional game. Drops in that hook shot like that.
Amazing.
And here's Andrew Andrews on a run out. He's got McGarry coming right behind, and McGarry made him miss the shot, but Bryce Johnson is there.
Bryce Johnson being Bryce Johnson. Once again, just an other foul, because Diamond Stone's now thinking, oh, man, I have to try to get around. I have to use my body, use my arms. And he drew the foul. Using his athleticism to get what he wants, and just getting easy baskets, and that's gonna be huge for him going into the season.
Nice lefty lay-in there by Dakari Johnson.
And he just using that body, and doing a great job of scoring with the jump hook and with his offhand.
Diamond Stone, and it is swatted by Josh Eustace. Oh, and then all net. Down a minute ago. 7 fouls in 13 minutes, 3 points, 4 boards. And Dakari Johnson, keep dribbling, big man. Into the corner, and it's good.
There's Hamilton.
There's Hamilton with that corner jump shot. How about that? Mitch McGarry and Dakari Johnson are your reward for getting to the rim.
And no call.
And here's Reggie Williams. And
he can do that. He can do that. Proven shooter.
Elbow for him. And he kept kind of grabbing at his waistline, right above his rear end yesterday, and was in a lot of pain, but continued playing. I believe he played until the final buzzer in a blowout. Tells you how tough Joe Young is, but we wish him well. And
I wanted in the video, and it ended up going viral. It was a proud moment for me to compete with young 18-year-olds getting up that high. So it's just funny how things change as you get older.
O'Neal drills a three, and the Clippers draw within three. Just Hamilton with the miss right there. Kids, listen up. Vince Carter's dispensing advice.
I'm notorious
Take notes
for
if you want. Brandon Dawson jams. Nice little handoff by Steemsma, and the Clippers have tied this ball game. And they have
out on the glass where he just couldn't finish. Nice pass.
Throws it up with the right hand, and it is way off. Brandon Dawson up ahead to Washpin. Got it back from Dawson, and the Clippers have a 4-point lead here in this quarter at 41 vendors in NBA history.
And he takes extreme pride in stopping his guy, and that's just it. He's one guy you don't have to worry about when you say, hey, if he drives here, I need your help. Now he's like, I got it. You just make sure you guard your man, and that's
basically going to win the quarter for the Clippers. They're up 4 right now. 1 second to go. Cameron Payne scoops it up and in, plus the foul. So he will go to the free throw line.
With the offhand, too. Very nice.
You see that look, the tough guy look from Cameron Payne. He's entertaining. He's
just like today, a slow start, but fourth quarter was his time, and that's what you expect from your experienced player on your team.
In doubles, Campaign with 19. Johnson and McGarry each with 11. Bryce Johnson 19 to lead the Clippers, and O'Neal has 14. So we welcome you to sit tight. We're coming back with the fourth quarter from Orlando on NBA TV.
Basketball player, you know his nickname, right?
Jay Crossover.
Mr. 4-point play.
That too.
Exactly.
Nobody's had more.
That goes to him for sure, but he is Jay Crossover for sure.
So as we duel here with the goodies on Jamal Crawford as McGarry puts it in. Crawford, we love you. Happy for you. Man. Congratulations. You said it. He is one of the great human beings in the NBA. Oh, what a shot by Andrew Andrews plus the foul.
Wow. Strong finish. Great much anymore. Dwight does it. Al Horford on occasion, but you don't see it like you would see it back in the time.
McGarry
great
off
pass.
To Reggie Williams.
There again, I mean, using him as a hub. He's a great passer, great basketball. He reminds me of course, Dominique. Dominique would get up on his jump shot.
There's McGarry with that.
That's nice.
With that run out.
With the finger roll.
Thunder take a 2-point lead. The bigger name, bigger ticket items. But look at McGarry go end to end here.
Head up. The butter roll. So, yeah, to avoid a foul call. So,
Brandon Dawson was shot out of a cannon. And then he hits the fadeaway off glass. What a possession for Brandon Dawson.
The fan. Good ball.
Payne and OKC down 2, but not for long. That's Dakari Johnson, and that's dime number 2 for Cameron Payne.
Bryce Johnson, introduced to the NBA, he was on the help side, a little clutch, so he couldn't get there to block the shot. And he was complaining to the ref. And I remember my time playing my first couple of games. I had the opportunity to play against Scottie Pippen, and he's great at it. Smitty is great at it.
Cameron Payne to Dakari Johnson in a tight ball game here in Orlando. Clips by 2. And I can't emphasize that enough. He was arguably the MVP of the Vegas Summer League a year ago. And that was with the Pelicans. And that is a beautiful out-of-bounds play to Josh Huestis.
Great play.
Who's just tied this game up. But Seth Curry, I want to get back to Del Curry in a second, but look at this out-of-bounds play. Reggie Williams to Josh Huestis.
Nice. Wide open. Took a while to develop, but got the result.
D-U-K-E.
Yeah.
Roll that way.
And he played well there. And, but he gets the pass because I played with his dad as well. I love the Curry family. Great. They were probably 11, 12, somewhere in there.
Really?
And they both had a great stroke. We always used to talk about Steph's stroke as a young guy. I mean, just great form. And then Here comes Seth right beside him.
And out come the Thunder. Wilbekin to McGarry.
Great pass.
And here's Eustace.
Yes. Great pass. Great pass.
OKC looking good, up 6.
Them to take over the game. Cameron Payne, McGarry, Bryce Johnson.
Wow.
These are the guys that you want to take over, and now they're starting to shine. Great
Bryce
job.
Johnson with a clutch jumper. They got to hurry up here.
Yeah.
Michino gets it off and hits. The headlines of the offseason with all these satellite camps and the controversy with that, but I love Jim Harbaugh. He is good for college football.
Yeah, that's all.
Michino hits again. So the Thunder win it 81-72, and they won 2 quarters along the way. So the Thunder get 6 of the possible 8 points. And Cameron Payne leads the way with 25 points. We're going to be joined by Dakari Johnson coming up next, 15 and 12 for him. So stay tuned on NBA TV.